Good evening, Ladybugs and Yellow Jackets. Welcome to this week's episode of FAE News. You are here with your host, Fairy Princess Lolly. That's myself. But tonight I am in my unicorn onesie because I'm super tired and very underprepared for tonight's show after a weekend of camping out at Dryad's Rest. Anyway, I am here with Ion the Leprechaun. That's, yes, Famous Saint of the Boggin.
Hi!
Stormy Faye.
Hi.
And Baron Gunther Hammerhands.
I don't like it.
He never likes anything.
Are you playing the part of Count Morbid tonight, Gunther?
That's right.
Okay.
I saw that there was a message, but I didn't really have time to read it because I was working all day. Quite literally, I was playing the part of Cinderella, working on the Snailer. I wish I had pictures.
You should have heard her. She was out there singing Cinderella, Cinderella, not in data Cinderella. It's crazy.
That's what I should have been singing for the last 3 days. But the Snailer looks so cool now, and
it might have gone faster if she had mouse helpers.
That's true.
I want Snow White's forest helpers. She didn't have just mice. She had a whole forest of animals, and they came with whom will you work?
You would have to become nicer to get that.
But Cinderella had mice.
It's like you didn't hear anything I just said. Like the whole last 30 seconds, just apparently, you didn't hear any of it. I don't even know. So this is my secret disguise. It's like code for I didn't have time to princess up.
But you know, if she runs fast enough, rainbows do shoot out her bum. Just saying.
That's not true.
Video of this.
I mean, I want that to be true.
Just out of her bum?
Yeah, that's the way unicorns do it, right?
So this was last year's Halloween outfit.
No, it wasn't. It was 2 years ago.
Was it?
Yep.
Why are you counting that close?
Because I was there.
Last year's. This was last year's. I know. You're fired.
Because last year's Halloween costume involved you stepping on Count Morbid's feet during a dance, remember?
That was in November. That was the first weekend of November.
Right. You had that a year before that. I have pictures.
I mean, I have pictures too, but they're not time. Hi, everybody out there in YouTube and Bookface Land. I see you. So I haven't said hello to everybody yet, but so this year for the Cyber Samhain, because we're having costume contests, and not that I want to enter the costume contest, but I feel that I still should be dressed up for it in order to, be in the spirit, right? I really want my Thing 1 onesie. I wanted a Thing 1 onesie last year so bad because I love Dr. Seuss and the Thing 1 onesies are cute. Unless
I got to get a Thing 2 onesie then, yeah?
Well, we'll see.
What if you got a Lorax onesie instead?
Oh, what if we all got a group themed onesies for our whole group? Like if we did like Nightmare Before Christmas, where one person was Jack and one person was Sally, and somebody was I want Oogie Boogie.
I got Oogie Boogie.
Or what if we did Ghostbusters? What?
I don't know.
I might actually be able to fit into one of those larger size Ghostbusters outfits. But onesies don't usually fit me very good. But since those are jumpsuits and, other larger gentlemen fit into them, I might fit into them.
Well, Ion got a Care Bear. He got the Luck Bear last year that you had the Luck Bear?
He also, when he put it on, he also, when he...
Where is all that feedback coming from?
Yeah, that is weird, isn't it?
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna test you guys and see where the feedback's coming from. Wow, I think the feedback's coming from Gunther. Gunther, it's time for you to put some. Yeah, because I just turned you on mute and everything, all the feedback went away.
Still no feedback.
Nope. It's
I heard your
Nope.
voice twice.
I don't know why.
See, famous Dana confirms. How can you deny the boggin?
I don't know why. I don't got headphones at work, so you have to get over it. Or
Isn't that a song? I don't know why.
See, I heard myself meow.
It's not me.
It is. It's my yarling thing. He wants to go outside.
Meow. Meow.
Okay, that is not a cat. That is not a cat.
That is cute, Stormy. That was awesome.
No, always like meow.
Stormy was having conversations with her people. Was that what was going on?
I thought Stormy's people was a bun bun.
No, that's a pet.
Wait, what?
Bunnies only speak in gestures. They are not vocal.
But they like purr noises too, right?
They grind their teeth when they're happy, and it sounds like purring.
Okay, that explains it.
They do scream though when they're dying.
That's not fun.
No.
You know, it's not something you want to hear ever.
No.
In other news?
In other news, yes.
Okay, and
I know someone else who grinds their teeth.
I grind my tooth.
Oh man, he's gonna do this. Like, you guys are gonna hear him meowing in the background for the next 40 minutes at least.
So you know what you do? You let the traveling Lou let him out.
Hey, traveling Lou.
Yes.
Do you want to let Doss out the back?
I can.
Because I think that he might like that. And then we don't have to hear him in the background forever. He just over there.
Yes.
I don't know. He's obnoxious.
That's his job.
Right? Yeah, no, as soon as I was like, hey, do you want to let him out? Then he ran away from the door. Like, right?
No, I just wanted to yell at you.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think that might actually. Maybe he doesn't want out. Maybe what he really wants is to walk all over me. It's people
Well, you are
walking.
soft today.
Maybe he just wants to be on the show.
Oh, that's what it is.
Oh, this is my unicorn fur. It's sort of like a silky fur. When I put it on, I transform to a unicorn.
Yeah.
Like my silky skin, but it's my unicorn skin. So I have a list of everybody to do the drawing for last week's. So for the baby dragon for last week. And I don't have an artist for tonight. And not only that, because I was working so much on the snailer, I also don't have a giveaway for tonight. I don't have anything for tonight. I'm so tired. It was so busy this weekend, though.
That's okay. It's gonna happen once in a while. At least you still did the show.
That's true. I'm sad that you missed out. I thought you were coming, famous Dana, to Dryad's Rest. So many things happened.
I kind of wanted to, but things didn't quite work out like I wanted them to. I really wasn't sure up until like the day before when I finally was like, no, it's not gonna happen. And then unhealthy things happened in extended family, so I was kind of glad that I didn't go, because it would have mean exposure for the rest of you guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
That sounds not good.
I didn't find out until Sunday that a person that we talked to during the week had a positive test. So
Are
Yes.
you guys okay?
The tall minion, the Charles minion, is quarantined. As of
Well-
Sunday, 14 days. So the 18th, he will be clear to roam around the countryside again.
Oh,
Wow. That sucks.
I am not going to school. They are doing virtual things for me for the school so that I don't go to another place to possibly spread the
Yes.
bad news.
The
Because
bad-
nobody likes bad news.
No.
Wow, that is really not good. So,
But so far, half of the family is all good. No negative responses, and half of the family is positive responses. So they're quarantined, and Charles is quarantined, and
so when do you guys
I'm
find out if you are in the clear?
depending on if Charles comes back with a negative test or not, but we have not taken him to get a test yet. He is showing no symptoms, no problems, no nothing. So we haven't gotten him a test. We were going to wait out, and if there was anything that remotely looked like a symptom, then we were going to go get him tested. His exposure was 10 or 15 minutes, 3 days in a row, the same person, and then the same person came back with a positive test. So it may or may not. It's so hard to tell these days.
It's
Mhm.
weird.
But
Like my friend, she and her 80 or 97-year-old grandma who has cancer met with somebody who had COVID and like playing hand cards, eating with them.
ooh,
They were fine. It's really weird to say. Like some people just catch it like that, and then other times there's nothing. So hopefully that's the case for you.
well, I hope so as well. I mean, most of it's just precautionary, not because there's actually anything going on that would show yes or no. The other family, they the person at their work had come down with it, and so they tested the entire work site, and a third of the people at work at that work had it. So then they came home on Sunday morning and said, "We're all stuck here for 2 weeks." And then the significant other started started having symptoms. So they know, like I said, half the people, yes, and then the 2 girls that are there, nope. And so, because Charles has had exposure, that he's just playing it safe.
Not worth the risk.
Yep. Instead of being out here in the living room doing his schoolwork, he moved all of his stuff into his room and has literally put a plate outside the door, and I put a plate outside the door and washed the plates right away, got everything clean, sanitizing everything. All the works. We're trying to be safe, but there's no other reasons or symptoms that would show us that it's more than just a quarantine for a couple weeks. So
Well, I hope that everything turns out to be okay because
me too.
Yeah,
that yeah.
I like him. I don't
mean,
want anything to happen to Bill Booker.
you guys got to, well, most of you guys got to see him when we went to the Canterbury site and did a bunch of cleanup.
Mhm.
And if you guys remember correctly, Miss Delaney came up and visited for a few hours and helped out while she was there. And it's her family that were having the positive results. So, you
That's
know.
not positive. That's not a positive thing, having positive results. Just saying.
Positive and negative is positive, and yeah, well. They're doing okay currently, last I heard. The quote, "It's weird that orange juice doesn't taste like orange juice," is what I she's like, "Bacon is really weird because I can barely taste it."
Well, what does the orange juice taste like?
Like water, like liquid, like there's no actual flavor to it. And I was like, that's got to be strange.
Isn't that because like a massive percentage of your taste is actually smell? And COVID kind of messes that up.
Yes, it does, and that's what she is going through. The mom over there is going through that, and I really suddenly had a craving for bacon because I was like, if that's going to happen to me, I want to eat it now. Feed my face. Now I want bacon.
I don't know. That sounds like it might be actually worse than COVID. Maybe it's one of the upper layers of Dante's hell, right? Not only do you get COVID, but now bacon, you can no longer taste it.
And you have to wait
That
in
is
line.
cruel and unusual punishment for many people.
Indeed. But luckily the girls they're both good. It's just the parents that we're all hoping the best for. I'm paying attention to every time she posts on the Book of Faces of what new weird thing is happening now. The fact that the girls are putting plates of food for them inside their door and then running away really fast, I think is adorable, because that's what I did here to Charles. I gave him a piece of pizza and a ranch cup and like ran away real quick. It was more because my pizza was getting cold, but it still it was a cute comparison.
I love you, but my pizza's cold.
I literally I put his cereal bowl and spoon in there, and he has his cereal box in his room, and he fills up the cereal and then puts it back on the chair outside the door and texts me, "Mom, I need milk." And I go and I get the milk and I'll pour it in his bowl, and then I'll walk away and he'll get the bowl and he'll eat his cereal, and then he'll put the bowl back out there, and the next time I go by, I'll
like
get the bowl, I'll go scrub the bowl.
Like you slide the food in. Either that, or it's as if you're one of Dennis Leary's children, where you fly the peanut butter sandwich and it drops into the VCR. Well, I think that Gunther was planning on volunteering you for a new job. I mean, that's the gossip I have from this weekend.
Oh, making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches?
Oh, so many things happened this weekend at the Campout. So many things, so much gossip.
I am eager to hear about things, because I heard, well, besides the fact that I was missed, I really did want to go, and things just didn't work out.
All right, Gunther. Well, why don't you tell famous Dana what you did?
No.
What?
Yeah, no.
Wow. How about I tell her what you did?
How about
Yay!
how about
Let's play the game.
I
Stormy.
like that plan.
How about we do
Stormy
the
is going to
proper
tell famous
places?
Dana what you did. This should be great.
Or do you want to tell them what you actually did? Because
There you go.
I was going to say, can we start with what he didn't do? Because that might be like a totally different
shorter
list.
list.
No. Stop.
Wow. Apparently, you're infamous, nefarious, even, if you will. Oh, man.
Now I'm worried.
All right,
I
Gunther,
am
go.
too.
What did you do?
Still scared there, are we? So I've traveled north away from Ulfgard for a while now, and so it's actually been put forward by me that you become the Baroness there.
Well, that's not exactly what happened. Tell her what you did.
I was talking. Well, yeah, I'm petitioning to be count.
Oh, now we get to that.
But that's you didn't. Okay.
You have to tell them the order of events. You can't just like throw a bunch of things out there like a
So
big old
what happened
yo-yo thread.
what happened was I had some mead.
So you see, what had happened
some mead.
was there was mead.
Yeah, I had some of that.
Lots of mead.
And then there was dragons getting engaged. It was crazy.
Oh,
And
dragons
a
everywhere.
football going
Were they
on.
drinking your mead?
They were trying to steal treasure, I think, at some point or another.
Okay, but not the
Yeah.
mead. That's fine.
I think you should be very careful about accusing the dragons of stealing treasure. First of all, I gave the Queen of Dragons some hoard. So
No. He said they were looking for treasure. I didn't hear
wasn't saying
stealing.
It's also quite possible the treasure was theirs.
She said stealing my mead. I didn't say stealing.
Looking for treasure, I asked if they were taking meat.
Now, when I said there's treasure involved, that doesn't mean I said that they were stealing now. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I got a club. I'll bat you both, okay?
I have proof of you playing Apple Ball with Ion.
You're just trying to cover your enormous backside.
With
No,
with Ion and Fenris? Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Ooh.
But, no, he used his whole club, and they were pitching apples.
Noise.
And he was smashing them. They just exploded, basically, when he hit them with his enormous club. It was actually very spectacular and quite fun.
This is how we make apple butter.
I'll have to.
Ooh, I want apple butter. Do you make apple butter?
I have not made apple butter in 22 years.
Okay, so I have a confession about apple butter.
This took a hard right. Just saying.
Smushing apples.
I mean, did Gunther just fall out of his chair? We went so hard, right? I mean,
oh no, I'm pretty sure he went to go get the club because it probably still has apple stuff on it.
No, okay, so I always thought that apple butter was supposed to be actual
You're
butter.
not wrong.
Actual butter that was like flavored like apples. Sort of when you add cinnamon to real butter.
This is why you don't cook.
I learned that apple butter is basically kind of pureed apples to the consistency of butter, maybe with some other things thrown in. And then I felt very robbed because you don't have the butter taste in apple butter.
You could put butter in it.
One of the best concoctions that I have tasted with apple butter is instead of peanut butter on one side of the sandwich, you have this apple puree that it tastes like that's supposed to be apple butter, and on the other side you actually have butter. So you take butter and apple butter and make the sandwich and have that as a snack.
So there I was, no crap, true story. I was probably about 4 or 5 years old. My dad used to take me outside and have we get up at 5 o'clock in the morning before it was still dark out, and he'd take me out there with a telescope, and he was about ready to take me back to
father.
Yeah, about to take me to my grandmother's, and we would always have toast first thing in the morning with apple butter, and I freaking bloody hated it because it wasn't sweet enough. But
I have to get that sweet taste going.
As I got older, I ended up enjoying it more and more. So that was a thing. But that's because your taste buds change every 7 years, I guess. However, it's just a good memory I had of my dad. Just saying.
Well, at least you didn't go out hunting apples.
I feel like this is the story of why Gunther is so sour about everything now. It's like, and it just wasn't sweet enough. I was disappointed by the apple butter, and the rest of my life, everything is sour.
Wrong type of apples.
Wait, what?
If it's sour, it's the wrong type of apples.
There's a Granny Smith.
For
apple butter? Apple butter?
Yeah.
The green Granny Smith. Stormy, what's the move?
We're going to do yoga with Stormy.
Yeah, Stormy's doing some dance moves over there. You all right? You back okay?
No, you know this.
Yeah, so
I swear if you stand a little bit closer into the forest there behind you, you almost look like a tree. Yeah. Make like a tree and leave. No, don't leave. We love you.
So,
but that's how the saying goes.
Anyway, this last weekend I petitioned to be count, and I have things I got to do to acquire such position. And I had already figured that you needed to be a baroness anyway from as much hard work as you've done for the kingdom, and that you are down there doing the things all the time, all the bloody time. And at the same time, I'm just saying, it's a thing.
So now he has to try to sweeten you up so that you will accept the position, because it's one of the things he has to do in order to become count.
Oh,
He
I
has to-
I see how this works.
He has to find somebody to fill his shoes as Baron or Baroness.
Oh
He has to
God, I
find
could sit in one of his shoes.
I got some pretty big shoes to fill. Okay, I do.
Does this make Gunther a nigh count? Nearly a count?
It's called promotable.
a pending count.
I'm count promotable.
Like pending.
So your time and grade has been exceeded.
Yes.
No, because he was told that he would not. He had to do his tasks, and then it would be considered at court at the Samhain court. So he has till the end of the month before the next review. What else are you supposed to do?
I'm not supposed to pick my nose at tea anymore.
That is not.
That's what the pink.
Yeah, that's what the pinky was for, was picking the nose. I know that, but I'm not supposed to do that anymore.
No, that is by right. If you do that at court, you surely will be fired.
I'm sorry, we had a discussion about this before about what
you
the
will be
pinky was
demoted
for.
to squire. We'll put you in service
That's a
account.
long way down. That is a big aminal. Is that the count? Is that the count down there? Is it count tentacles? Is that what that is?
Girl.
Hi, Pearl.
It's count cuttlefish.
I think she's a
Oh, cuttlefish. Get it like C-U-T-T-L-E, but C-U-D-D-L-E. I mean, it's not. It looks like a
It's a Dumbo squid.
cephalopod.
It has a lot of legs.
And a lot of ears.
And it's pretty.
So other things I'm supposed to do. I have to find a count, or I have to find a baron in the area to swear to me, which is going to be difficult, seeing as how the last baron has vanished.
Yep. So he has
I think Count
a replacement, and you have to have a baron.
Do you want me to finish? You asked me the question, yeah?
I'm just keeping track.
Yeah, okay. So then, I also have to make a bloody list of my achievements, and I also have to know. I want to know I got to make sure I know the names of the baronies and the county that I'm being the count of.
I'm very proud of him for remembering that whole list.
I was drunk and I can remember the whole list.
You weren't drunk.
Yeah, I was.
So
I had a lot- I had a lot
list
of-
of accomplishments about the best apple basher there is.
Come on, we both know I do a lot more than that.
Well, I mean, it's still being on the list.
It would be on the list. That's
Is
true.
apple bashing on the list of accomplishments? Is that the question?
Yeah.
It is on the list. Of course, it's on the list. Why wouldn't it be on the list?
Because that's not really an accomplishment.
Well,
Have you done it?
Hey Dana, you missed horses coming to say hi and goats.
You got to see horses and goats?
Oh my gosh, Saturday.
Horses and goats and
I didn't
Gunther's?
miss that.
Oh my.
When I woke up
sleeping
and
during
came
that.
out, I came out of the snailer and I turned around and there was a horse.
She came out.
And
she
so I
started
turned
singing.
back around
Yep.
and I counted. And I turned around again and the horse was still there. So I knew that it was real.
So is the horse a count?
No, the horse was a spotted paint, but it was still pretty.
Aww.
The horse's name was Freya, as we learned later. And the horse followed Leander or Kamar or both of them back to camp. Just
Horse
followed them through the woods back to camp. So that was new and interesting. And then on Sunday, the horse came back again in the afternoonish, and with it was like a herd of 5 goats.
What?
I'm not even joking.
That's amazing.
I have pictures.
I love goats.
So me and the goat almost had
We're
a
not
dance.
kidding.
Ha ha ha.
If you were, it would still take a couple of months.
Did you know That they're
me and
people
the goats.
like this.
Yeah, they have cool eyeballs.
It's weird.
Yep.
Me and the goats about got into a fight.
You and a goat got into a fight?
Almost.
We almost did. I scared the sucker off with my club.
What? Come on.
When did that happen?
No, we were walking out to the Biffies, and the goats were staring at me, and I was staring at them back. And then they were looking like they were going to charge, and so I dropped the club right on the ground, and they just kind of like, okay, never mind, and they
wouldn't come anywhere. We were trying to literally feed them apples, and they were like, "No, we're gonna hang out."
That's not.
right
I'm not
over here
talking
in the
about
woods.
then, man.
There was only one herd of goats.
Yeah, and they did, and you know what's great about goats? They have legs and they move.
My favorite are the ones.
And there's also a time, and it happens at different times during the day.
Wait, what? Which ones are your favorite?
The fainting
The
goats.
fainting ones, yeah.
I've never seen a fainting goat.
Oh my god, I forgot to show her fainting goats. Somebody
You did forget to. You did forget to show me fainting goats. Although this led to my. I got chased by goats on a mountain in Romania story. So, I mean, it was sort of scary. I really thought they were going to get me. I mean, at first it was adorable, and then one of my friends that was with us says, "Be careful because sometimes the male goats will just headbutt you for no reason." And because I said, "Oh, what?" And then I turned around, and the goats were still following me. So I walked a little faster, and the goats followed a little faster, and I walked a little faster, and the goats followed. And I got pretty soon I was running, and I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm being chased by the goats!" And they're just like, "Do do 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 do," and I was like, "Oh my god, they're gonna get me." That goat, one of those goats. There's a big. There was like maybe 20 of them. I don't know.
Well, you were the only one wearing bright, pretty colors. You know, everyone else is just dark and hides away and stuff.
That's basically true too.
Goats have a great sense of humor. They're funny people.
Not
And
when
I think
you headbutt you down the mountainside. That is not a great sense of humor.
I believe they're more likely to pee on you. That's their way of wanting to breed.
Why did we have to bring that up?
Because they're goats, and they have cool little backwards legs that, like, when you make a person and goat feet together, that looks really cool.
But
you mean like
why
a
did we have to
satyr?
bring up the peeing on people thing?
What?
Because it's information you should know.
I don't feel like it is.
Well, next time a goat pees on you, you'll know why.
I've been doing a lot of research on farming and having goats and having sheep, and there's this lady who has a bunch of goats, and she always goes like this when she walks through the area where the male goats are because they smell like pee.
Yeah. So let me get this straight. If the goat wants to mate with you, it comes up and pees on you. Like, hey, baby.
Makes them smell more masculine. Like,
oh,
I'm ready.
That's a secret.
It's called shopping.
It's shopping.
No.
She literally said, "I am not going over there with them. You can do that. They smell like blue cheese."
Ew.
And she went over with the girl goats and was talking about how that if they're fat on the left side, it's lunch. If they're fat on the right side, it's kids.
Oh, that's
Wait.
so cool.
Say that again.
The left side of their body, if they have a bulge on their belly, it's because it's lunch, because that's where their stomach is. So left side is lunch and right side is kids. So she was noticing how her goats were plump on both sides, and she was like, "Wait a second!" And so she remembered left is lunch, right is kid, and then she went, "Ooh, I'm gonna have a bunch of kids! Yay!" and started jumping around and saying, you know, that she is excited to have goat babies.
We should make fainting goats a topic for tonight, so Lolly can pick them up.
I could find him. I'm pretty sure I could find a video for her because she's seen him before.
She
just doesn't remember.
I don't remember.
Yeah, she has. She just doesn't remember.
Right now, I'm not sure I can remember what we were talking about 5 minutes ago, to be perfectly honest.
I think you could still rent a goat for a Zoom call.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh, I remember that too. I was going to look into that. Well, they had packages for it, but none of them were the sort of packages like the way they did their packages wasn't how we do the show. So I would have had to talk to somebody there to see if they
Man,
can
if I
adjust
was
that.
with my family in Texas, I could just go outside and grab a chicken or something, you know?
I don't even know what I would think if that thing you were holding right now was an actual chicken. You're like,
Oh, yes, I'd be petting it or I'd be throwing it because their hovering amuses me.
they're hovering because they don't really fly much of anywhere. They just sort of
Just like that.
great. I guess we get to see the little unseelie side here. Like,
My
what are you
unseelie side
What do
loves
you do for fun? I like the hover chickens, but that's like Gunther in that game Fable. There's a chicken and he
Chicken
kicks it all the
chaser!
time. He kicks the chicken. I feel so
You're supposed to
bad
kick
for
the
it,
chicken.
right?
You cannot not kick the chicken, okay?
I get the giant chicken suit and have them follow me.
It just makes me feel bad. Okay, can I show you guys what I've been working on? Well, a little bit of what I've been working on.
I don't understand why you feel bad about kicking chickens. It's a video game.
It's the thought that counts, okay?
Yeah.
Wait,
And
That
isn't that
poor
like?
persecuted chicken in the video game.
Isn't
The
there a
pit
video
bull
game
of persecution.
where you go
There's no
bowling
chicken.
and hit chickens at the chickens are the bowling pins and
Sounds like something that exists.
kind of like elf bowling?
I-
Where Santa rolls snowballs and hits a bunch of elves that are like stacked up like the bowling pins. But it was like chicken and it's a farmer and he rolls an egg and hits the chickens. I
That is
don't
a
know.
dirty egg.
There was
Yeah.
a place you were going there. You just got
It's
lost.
a video game, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna see what you're working on.
I do. I want to show you guys what I've been working on, and then we'll do a drawing for last week's prize.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. It's hard to even think about what I need to do to accomplish this. So I've been working on painting the snailer because last year I got its base coat onto it, and then that was all because there was no Ren Fair this year, so I didn't get to paint a snail on it. So I decided I was going to just paint other things. So I started putting little mushrooms all along the trim. And then, look, I found a real snail.
Did you eat it?
No. But he's been out there this whole time, and every day when I go out there, he's in a new spot. And so I started painting the mushrooms. Wait, this is not it? Nope. That's not it. Well, there was more pictures than just that one. Dang it. Why did they not all come up? Oh, Instagram, you're so annoying. Oh, maybe I pressed the wrong one. Here we go. There we go. So I put my little gnomes down here at the bottom. You can see some more mushrooms. And I put this stencil on. So this was yesterday. I got a fairy up here, and her wings are with glow-in-the-dark paint, and so is her wand.
Awesome.
So I don't know. We'll see how that works in the summertime, if that works. And then, let's see. Hold on. Frank and Friend, I guess, are here with us suddenly. Everybody get your Ouija boards out. I think we've summoned a skeleton. Hello, Frank.
Oh, Frank! Yay!
Aha.
Ah! Holy cow,
Frank.
he got closer suddenly.
Little does Morbid know that Frank is one of the best reasons to invite him over.
This is basically what his skeleton does when he is gone. It's sort of like, what does your cat do when you're gone from the house? But this is what his skeleton does when he's gone. He secretly goes
Also
and gets on the
vlogs.
interwebs.
And vlogs.
Vlogs,
Go
yeah.
on.
So let's see. This is what it kind of currently looks like.
Neat.
This is not there. This is I'm gonna expand it. So that's done. Like I've finished all that, and so the stencil isn't there anymore. But then these are all my birch trees, and then around it I have a frame kind of a thing that I'm going to put, but I still have to see. You can see how I've got the ladybugs and the butterflies that I put here, and all my mushrooms along the bottom.
Mhm.
It's coming along. It's looking much better, I think, than it was looking all by itself without the embellishments. So I'm
Still got a bit to go, but it's looking pretty good.
tired and sore.
You didn't draw anything on the roof, did you?
I intend to, because
No, I was just asking if you were up on the roof this
well,
time.
not yet, but I really want to put something on the roof because I have clouds, and I'm gonna put clouds around the lights that are on the front. And in Mario Land, whenever you go above the clouds, there are fun and happy things, and there's always cool stuff above the clouds in Mario Land. So I want to put cool stuff above the clouds. Oh, there he is! Hey, Bunda. Oh shit!
that was perfect.
That was not perfect.
An oopsie. Aww.
That was so bad of him.
Your fingernails match.
Look at
That is so
Oh,
awesome.
that's the fingernails
Bunny.
do that.
Bunny.
How come she's on mute? That wasn't me, was it? No, that was her. But he's so adorable. I think his name is Titan.
Mute somehow. I just realized that too. Did you? Look at his feet.
Look at his feet.
His feet.
He's so mad.
It's kind of what Brother's feet look like.
Those feet don't seem that lucky.
Look at his feet, they're so big.
His ears are.
Look at it.
Are you so mad?
Aw, that was
Why are
cute.
you doing this to me, Mom?
Still get kisses.
So there you go. That's my staler that I've been working on, and I hope you guys like it. I have everybody's names on a wheel. Shall we do now? The drawing this week is for the chainmail baby dragon.
Ooh.
Yes, the magic word was Smaug, and it was from Forge and Fleece. I'm just going to put their information up here. Here, let me change this real quick. Forge and Fleece. I guess I don't need to say welcome. They're not joining us, but so that everybody knows. So this is where you can find the vendors. They had a chainmail, kind of a baby dragon. It's like a pet that you could hang. And so here, let me pull up the Wheel of Wind. Here we go.
Wheel of Fortune. Turn.
Wheel of Wind. Spin, spin, spin. Show us who will win.
Oh my gosh!
That's
That's
really loud.
funny. That's perfect.
It is perfect. Seraphine the Dragon is the queen of dragons, and it was at Dryad's Rest this weekend. So congratulations, you win the baby dragon. Now you have 2 baby dragons.
More to add to the horde.
What?
Dragon Lord.
For the horde? No. Wow. Oh,
For the Alliance?
I don't want to be so tired.
Is Sally okay?
No. I just want to sleep.
So I found that if you are stuck in a room for 3 days straight and all you do is you look at the magic mirror for 3 days straight, it hurts your eyes.
You did this recently?
No, I made Charles go do something else for a while because his eyes were all bloodshot and red and looked horrible.
That sounds terrible.
It did. It did sound terrible. Not virus related at all. Just, being a teenager.
Oh, they do that. Hold on.
So I am going to now review articles because you said you found some, Gunther. And so while I review articles, you give us some gossip.
I mean, you
Whoa,
made me
Frank.
tell my gossip earlier in the show. What do I got to do now?
What?
What's happening with the skeleton?
That's Frank apparently really wants to hear the gossip.
I was gonna
Okay.
say, I think
Frank has a bone to pick.
Frank froze up a little bit.
Terrible.
He got stiff.
Maybe he's just ripping Gunther for not getting gossip out fast enough.
I heard famous Dana can actually hold her breath longer than a dolphin.
Dolphins can't hold their breath that long.
Well, considering 2 or 3 times you said you would come down to visit, but I'm still not holding my breath.
That doesn't mean you can't.
I've never tried, actually. The kids are the fishes, not me.
Well, that's fair. I was wondering where the kids go from.
I'm pretty sure that my eldest is a mer child.
I mean, that's
I
possible.
have a selkie of my own.
He actually got a job with being a lifeguard, so it makes sense that if you have an extra fin, that.
I don't know. I mean,
He said he can't come over for 2 weeks and have tacos.
Oh, tacos.
We were supposed to have tacos Sunday night as a family, and it got canceled.
I miss tacos.
Caradelian, she threw tortillas at my door and ran.
Stuff. You have no idea how good they are.
Some of those are inappropriate to read, and I am not going to read them here.
The titles are deceiving.
Actually, these burritos were like this big around, like huge burrito tortillas. And so she threw them at the door, and I heard this weird knock on the door, and I went over and I looked, and they were like stuck to the screen door in their packaging. And my wayward elf was like 10 feet away looking at me, going like this. Is that good enough?
There are not many articles here. There are hardly any articles here.
That's not true.
Some of these are old though. Like, okay, Ghost Hunter warns that Poundlands, is that like the dollar store but in the UK? Poundland?
That's adorable.
I don't know if that's a very good name for a store.
Apples. They sell apples there.
Also, the ones that were still on there that you deleted from last week were ones that you hadn't read that you wanted to still read, and you asked me to keep them on there.
Okay, I'll keep one. We'll maybe a couple of them. Okay, so Ghost Hunter warns that Poundland's $1 Ouija boards could unleash deadly demons. Let's see. And how about, and I don't like this one. It's going away. It's here every week. I don't want it.
Demon.
Versus the dentist saved my tooth but wiped my memory. My dentist saved my tooth. Okay, so Ion, do you have the timer? Please start the timer. And if you would like to hear about Poundland Ouija boards, I'm telling you, I don't even like saying that. It seems so inappropriate. Okay, Poundland, if you want to hear about the Ouija boards that can unleash deadly demons, $1 Ouija boards that can unleash deadly demons, press 1. And if you want to hear about how the dentist saved my tooth but wiped my memory, press number 2. Dang, that's a scary dentist.
I know, I'm curious how that happened.
Right. So let's see. 1 pound Ouija boards that can summon demons versus the dentist that saved the tooth but wiped the memory. Save the memory, but what? No. Yes, save the tooth but wipe the memory. Yes, I know where it's going. We have 1 vote for 2 so far. 1 vote for 2. That's what I see. And the timer is almost out. Give us the piece of gossip really quick, Gunther.
Okay. Apparently, this last weekend there was a kitsune running through the woods and robbing from the rich just to give to the lawn gnomes.
What?
Right.
I know there was a kitsune, but what was the kitsune doing?
Robbing from the rich and giving to the lawn gnomes.
Robbing from the rich and giving to the randos?
Lawn gnome.
Lawn gnomes.
Oh, lawn. There was garden gnomes?
I
Yeah.
believe it.
I didn't see them. Yes, of course you can change to number 1. Okay, so we have 1 vote for 1. Ion, what do you want to hear about? Hold everybody hold up your fingers for votes. Hold up your fingers. We have 2 votes for 1 and 2 votes for 2. No, there is no 5, Frank. And Baron Hammerhands, is that a 1 or are you picking your nose?
Why can't it be both?
Fine. Okay.
Like rock, paper, scissors.
I guess we're hearing about number 1 then. Okay, so number 1 is... No,
Frank got really bright.
did he? Uh-oh. Okay, number 1 is the Ouija boards. Okay. Pulling it up, pulling. Getting there, I'm getting there. I can't even believe my eyes are working right now.
Is there a better name than land to go with pound?
Pound Palace.
Wow, how you knew that so
That,
quickly.
Like, right on the tip of her tongue, too.
You're welcome.
Pound Township.
I don't even know. It's
Store.
Pound Township.
You just came up with that, just like bam, right there. Like you've been there before. You drive by it every day in the Land Dragon.
Did somebody ever Pound Town?
I mean, I'm just saying.
Pound Town.
This,
That could work.
whatever. Okay. So a paranormal investigator has slammed Poundland.
I can't. Every time.
Wait a second.
They slammed Poundland.
You can need an adult.
I'm not gonna make it through this article. Oh my gosh.
That's why we voted for it, just because you're going to have a hard time reading it.
A hard time.
This is why democracy is always a terrible idea.
Oh man. Okay. Ooh. Look at look at Count Morbid there. Tiny little corner right now.
Yes, Grinch.
Okay. Has slammed Poundland for selling Ouija boards as part of its Halloween products. Oh wait. What if Poundland isn't actually like the UK version of a dollar store? What if it's actually what its name implies? Paul.
It doesn't imply anything, you sick.
Princess.
That's right.
Paul Marsters has warned that deadly demons could be released by the boards if they are in the hands of anyone but mediums. Paul, who is a member of True Paranormal Events UK, said he was gobsmacked when he saw the spirit board on sale for $1 in his local budget store. Hull Live reports. He said, Ouija boards are most certainly not a toy and should not be available for kids to buy in pound shops for Halloween.
Sounds like something exactly you could buy at a pound.
Should not be used by small or large.
Never mind adults that are not trained to use them. They sell these at Toys R Us, by the way.
I know, like what? You can buy them at Target. I saw it. It wasn't even Halloween. They just had them.
I've seen them as welcome mats.
I've seen them as coffee tables.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, I've seen that too.
Okay, it does not matter if they are plastic.
Duchess
Oh,
made
sorry.
one.
She made one?
Yes, she made a table yes, she decorated it as a Ouija board.
Huh. Cool.
I used to do FNN from it when I was at her palace.
I remember that.
This guy is so serious. Look at his face. He's like, it is not okay.
From here, he looks like he's wearing a fake mask. Really
He's very British looking because he has no lips. So
That's so rude.
come on, haven't you ever seen, Paul McCartney or who's the Monty Python guy?
Which one?
John Cleese or most of them.
Eric Idle.
I'm just saying.
You're not very nice sometimes. You know that, right?
Observations, just observations.
Okay, I'm going to stop talking about that now. It does not matter if they are plastic or wood. If the planchette spells the word Zeus, it is a demon trying to come through, and you should not even say the name. Never mind continuing to communicate with it.
So let me tell you the name you shouldn't say, so you know not to say it, but you're gonna say it now. You know it.
Zeus. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Okay.
New Ouija board. Who dis?
Guys.
All hell could break loose. Har, har, har. If the demon attached itself to anyone and followed them around. Nasty spirits can scratch and attack people and should not be messed with, as people could get seriously hurt. Although I'd like to point out the irony of a bunch of fairies sitting around laughing speculatively about the existence of demons. That's funny. So
But it's not the Ouija board itself.
I don't know anything.
Also, some people are into scratching.
oh. Okay, so I was gobsmacked.
And you can find them at Pound Town.
Pound Palace.
Pound Palace. When I saw that Poundland were selling these, I feel like it should be read with an accent. So I was gobsmacked when I saw that Poundland was selling these Ouija boards and was profoundly shocked at just fuming really.
No, don't do that. It's really bad.
Okay.
You suck.
So it's still funny.
Okay, so
Yes,
I'm not
it
the
is
only
still
person
kinda funny.
who does mean things, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, don't do that. It hurts.
British. Mr. Marsters said other paranormal investigators have spoken of their anger that spirit boards are being sold for all. He said the paranormal community say the devices can destroy people's lives and spirits can cause suicides, as some are more sinister than others.
Mm.
I have so many thoughts right now.
I know. Quiet.
We won't even touch Ouija boards. We only have mediums to do that who are trained, as they are just too dangerous, and you don't know what it will entail using them, he continued. We only use glasswork to communicate with the spirits in that way. Everyone in the paranormal spirit field is angered. The risks of untrained people using Ouija boards is unimaginable. Why are they angered now?
I know,
And
like
not the other 364 days of the year.
I know, right? That's what I was thinking. I'm like, they're a little late on this.
Right?
Did they just now get the internets? Like, what's happening?
Oh man. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, it should be-
I'm curious at what sort of academy you go to learn about being a medium.
So Paul, a paranormal investigator for 7 years, said he could not see an age limit on the product, but Poundland is restricted for over 18s. Maybe Poundland isn't actually the UK dollar store. That's what I'm saying. If you have to be over 18 to go into Poundland,
I don't think you understand the laws there.
Why would you?
what?
Why would that even be a law?
Why wouldn't it be a law?
To go into a regular dollar store?
I mean, it depends on what they're selling.
Well, that's what we were implying. If it's over,
That's what you were implying. It might just be. They are repressed people. Okay.
Oh no, they're not.
Whoa, Stormy, do you speak from experience?
Yes. I'm not going down that road.
I was married to one.
Oh man. Okay, so that was an article. Here we go. Next. We are going to move along to the next article now for the evening. And Gunther, will you please give us some gossip while I review the articles?
Okay, so let's see. What else we got here? Quidditch!
Quidditch? What?
Okay. So it asks here, is it true that Count Morbid doesn't have a heart, but in fact, like an octopus, has 3 hearts, just none of them currently are working?
What?
Oh.
Oh. It's actually sewn on to the outside of his clothing.
It's almost like I
It's
knew
3
what.
and a half sizes too small.
It's almost like I knew what onesie he was wearing.
Quit giving me links that include political references. I'm not
I didn't
reading
give you
them.
one. What are you talking about? There wasn't one.
Yes, there was. I just deleted it.
Anyways.
Oh, this is so weird. Okay, so we're just going to have a candy competition here. We're going to do these ones. Article number 1. The Yakuza is officially banned from giving kids Halloween candy by the Japanese government. That's
The Yakuza seems legit.
First one's free, little kid? I don't understand here. But, okay.
Well, so give you candy, take a finger.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay, the strange case of the man who died after eating too much licorice.
No, I mean, you can die after eating too much anything. I'm not that surprised.
Oh, that's true. So
I don't like licorice, so I believe that one.
But there's different flavors of licorice.
I like black licorice.
I don't like black.
I like them all. All the licorice. I love it.
Her favorite's Australian licorice.
You know what I can do? I can participate in the Tooth Fairy Candy Exchange. That makes me happy. Normally, I can't participate in the drawings and other such competitions, but that's not a competition. That's a candy exchange. I can put licorice on my list of candy that I like.
I totally did not put licorice on a black licorice on a candy that I don't like. Uh-oh. I hope I don't get licorice.
Okay. Well, I'll make sure to make a note of that then. But I think you can edit your entry. Okay, so the Yakuza...
I have some quick gossip.
You have gossip?
The quick gossip is that they apparently make Grinch onesies to survive Arctic temperatures.
Is that why you're naked underneath it?
Meaning they're very warm. Very warm if you're in the room.
So what you're saying is your Grinch onesie right now is exceedingly hot.
I am very hot.
Well, you tell us that. About we know, we hear every show how hot you are, Count Morbid. and you can safely join us for sour this year.
Quiet.
I didn't put him on mute. He muted himself. That's not
I know.
me.
I meant just the rest of us were just like silent after that.
I see no votes from the audience. Number 1 is for the Yakuza, and number 2 is for the man who died from eating too much licorice. Anybody? Any votes? Ion, where's the timer?
Yakuza.
Oh, completed? All right, you guys, hold your votes up. If you want to hear about the Yakuza, press 1. If you want to hear about the licorice killing somebody, press 2. Count Morbid? Okay, 4 votes for 1 and 1 vote for 2. There it is. We're listening to the Yakuza.
I did almost breathe in my salad the other day.
Frank voted for 5.
That sounds
uncomfortable. Yes, that's what it was.
Titan is sleeping behind my chair.
Aww. And see his little ears.
I know.
Okay. So, Yakuza officially banned from giving kids Halloween candy by the Japanese government. Kobe kids. What does Kobe mean? What's a Kobe kid? Kobe, I don't know. Kobe kids will need to find a new place to trick or treat. Halloween has been steadily growing in popularity in Japan over the past few years, with the country adopting various customs of the celebration in stages. First came the cosplay, then the decorations around town, and limited time sweets. Trick-or-treating, though, is something you'll still only find in limited places, usually held during the day at neighborhood shopping streets or shopping centers, or, oddly enough, at the headquarters of the Yamaguchi-gumi, one of Japan's largest Yakuza clans. The criminal organization has been handing out candy at its Kobe headquarters since 2013, beckoning kids to step inside the gates and onto the grounds of their complex with calls of "Happy Halloween" and come on in and get your candy. Wow. Does it say free candy on the outside? Is it spray painted on their walls or something? I mean, however, local children with a sweet tooth will have to get their fix elsewhere this year, as the Yamaguchi-gumi is now legally barred from giving sweets to trick-or-treaters. This week, the Prefectural Assembly of Hyogo, the prefecture Kobe is a part of, voted unanimously to revise the organized crime exclusion ordinance. Okay, so I'm guessing that a prefecture is something like a county or
Yeah.
a state, something like that. But I just want to say this county's prefecture thing literally has an ordinance for the exclusion of organized crime, not just in this, but there's ordinances. So there's other activities. I just can't understand. First of all, they're criminals.
Allegedly.
I mean, and apparently it's very well known because the ordinances that are there referencing them are called the organized crime exclusion. Like, hey, you criminals, you can't give candy to kids. And then they're over there like, okay, we promise we won't.
I mean, I guess that means the Hells Angels are out, right?
I don't know. It is Japan. I mean, they can at least, you know, have a little bit of honor there. I mean,
What?
We
Japanese?
may be on thin ice on this topic.
Okay, fine.
Right, I don't know. Okay, so exceptions are made for legitimately justifiable reasons, but handing out snacks in a blatant attempt to curry favor with young children doesn't cut it, legislators say. The revision, which goes into effect on October 26th, was initially introduced for discussion in July and comes after increased levels of gang violence in Hyogo since fall of last year. While Kanagawa Prefecture has a similar law on the books, Hyogo is the first in Japan to spell out specific punishments, with repeat offenders facing up to 6 months in jail or a fine of up to 500,000 yen, which is $4,760 US.
6
Wow.
months in jail for giving out Halloween candy to kids.
It's
Crazy talk.
You know, trying to get favor for giving them candy and inviting them into their
headquarters.
headquarters.
You
Yeah.
cannot go to jail and be cool if you gave away Kit Kats. This can't be so.
I feel like something must have happened to cause this to become a thing, because it makes no sense. I don't know. It's very strange.
What do you want to be for Halloween? Yakuza. Because they give out the best candy ever, like whole soda cans.
Yes.
I mean, that's not what I was thinking. I was thinking the crime syndicate was giving out candy. But hey.
Currying favor with young people was the only reason to give out candy, to be fair.
Next thing you know, it's going to be fairies are banned from giving out candy to small children. How are we going to get them?
I have figured it out. Oh my
give it to big
goodness.
children. Just
give the
big
That's
children.
not
candy.
new.
You give the
That's
candy
literally-
to the children, and it becomes a forest animal. And that forest animal is now obliged to help you clean the house. Because you've given it candy, it goes poof, and it's now a forest animal. And that's why you have forest animals cleaning your house.
Only
It's
if you
'cause you've
sing to it,
given-
though.
But,
Only if you sing
but
to it.
for us,
I want
for
some
us, that is
candy.
not a new rule. That is literally one of the first rules of don't accept food from the FAE. That's like literally.
Or else you're
I-
gonna end up
But I make
That's the top of the list.
food.
That's one of the old ones.
Just meh. I
Okay.
don't
You're
want
wise.
to have to
You're
trick
wise
people
as a
into
rule.
eating my food.
I'll eat it.
Okay, so I think I've got the next two here. It is going to be from the rubble of atlases, a colossus will rise, versus scientists find intact brain cells in the skull of a man killed in a Vesuvius eruption nearly 2,000 years ago. So we have some, I keep wanting to say antique, but that's not the word I'm looking for. Archaeological articles. From the rubble of atlases, a colossus will rise, and scientists find intact brain cells in the skull of a man killed in Vesuvius. So if you want to hear about colossus rising from the rubble, press number 1. If you want to hear about brain cells from Vesuvius, brain cells from people buried by Vesuvius, that's a mouthful. Okay. I'm like,
So
what
is Vesuvius.
Vesuvius is a volcano.
Oh,
Pompeii, right?
It-
Isn't
Yes.
It's shocking enough to find. Yeah, it's
What?
shocking enough to find active living brain cells in people today.
Oh.
I
I was gonna be really mean and add something in there, and I decided not to.
yeah, it's pretty true though. It's pretty true. Okay, how's the timer go? Oh, timer's almost out. I see.
Poof,
Is that
done.
a vote? I see 1 vote for 2. Okay, 1 vote for 2, and so all of you guys hold up your fingers. Do you want to hear about the brains, or do you want to hear about the atlas?
I want to know what creature we're summoning.
Okay. 3 votes, 4 votes for 1, and I don't even know what Hammer Hands is doing over there. So, I guess 3 votes for 1, and that's what we're gonna do now. So, as you know, there it is. Okay, so number 1 was from the rubble of atlases. Here we go. This is cool looking. Okay, gotta share. Oops, where's my share button?
got everybody doing hand exercises over here.
You guys are all. I don't know
Is it
what you're
weird that
doing.
I had to do muscle stretches to be able to say live long and prosper?
Really?
I thought this was
My
the wrong
pinky
number.
doesn't stick with the finger.
Is it weird that I can do it with my left hand, but not with my right hand?
Okay, distraction. Sorry.
It is kind of, especially since you play the flute.
Right, and this is the
Okay.
hand that does all. Well, they both do finger stuff, but anyway. Okay, so here we go. From the rubble of atlases, a colossus will rise. So, 38 great statues of Atlas, all now ruined, once decorated the ancient Greek temple of Olympic Zeus. Archaeologists have a novel plan for the remains.
We're summoning deities.
You're just gonna go from like this to.
This is a replica of a giant telemon. What's a telemon?
It's like a Pokemon, but not really.
Be quiet.
Some kind of deity?
I don't even know. I'm gonna see if the dictionary knows all. What is a telemon?
I can't read the spelling.
Did I spell it wrong?
I can't read
No.
it.
It's Telamon, but then when I put it in, oh, because I spelled it wrong. Okay, never mind.
Another story.
It says in Greek mythology, Telamon was the son of King Aeacus, I don't know,
Aces.
of Aegina.
Aesus.
No, Aeacus.
Oh,
Iacus
that could be.
of Aegina,
I don't even
and
know where that is.
Indius, a mountain nymph.
Oh, I know them.
The, the elder brother of Peleus, Telamon sailed alongside Jason as one of the Argonauts and was present at the hunt of the Caledonian boar. Okay, now that I know, why does it just say a replica of giant Telamon? But why is his name not capitalized? That's really annoying. So he's a giant, and he sailed with Jason and the Argonauts. Okay, cobbled together in the 1970s from a local stone near the Temple of Jupiter in Agrigentos Valley of Temples. Of all the punishments chronicled in Greek mythology, none were as heavy-handed as the one that Zeus meted out to Atlas. Having led the Titans in their losing battle with the Olympian gods for control of the heavens, Atlas was condemned to bear the sky aloft for eternity. And of all the temples built during the ancient Greek Empire, none enlisted more Atlases than the one dedicated to the Olympic Zeus in Acragas, a city-state now called Agrigento, on the southwest coast of Sicily.
Like Booze
Atop
and Lift Pro.
atop massive half columns, 38, wow, 38 atlases, each 25 feet tall, and carved limestone, seemingly held up the architrave, the main beam that rests on the capitals of columns with their bent arms. That had to have been so impressive. Sometimes I wish I could see the ancient world restored, you know, as it was when. Did you know that the marble statues in Rome used to be painted, and so they actually had eyeballs painted onto them, and their hair was like painted blonde or brown or whatever color their hair was, and
That's crazy.
Meh.
I think the painting of eyeballs onto statues is probably the creepiest part.
They just follow you as you walk by. It's crazy.
Well, it's not, their painting didn't really become 3D until the 1800s, I think, when finally we started getting the looks of, rounded faces and depth. Because until then, it was sort of the medieval and up through the Elizabethan era, you had a real flat,
Mhm.
So when they would paint eyeballs onto things, it probably didn't look like a 3D eyeball. It probably looked white with a big black pupil in the middle of it, which is kind of like looking at a creepy Barbie doll or something.
I'm just saying, these guys invented some really cool stuff. I'm pretty sure they could draw an eyeball.
I don't know. I don't know if they could. That time period doesn't really indicate that they're super good at it. So the Doric temple, the world's largest, was built to
What's it called?
the Doric temple.
Okay, I thought you said dork.
The,
The door.
the Doric temple, the world's largest, was built to commemorate the victory over Carthage at the Battle of Himera in 480 BC. It survives today as a heap of tumbled pillars and blocks of stone at the Valley of the Temples Archaeological Park. Only one of its atlases, or telemones, remains even semi-intact. It stands on display in the Regional Archaeological Museum, badly weathered and footless, but upright. So I guess this is what they must have looked like.
Hmm.
That's close to like. That reminds me of the Indiana Jones movie thing.
I hear noise in the background. Who's making noise? Is that you, Cat Morbid? Are you watching something? Nope, he's on mute. Who is that? I don't know. Okay. Man, Cobble really wanted to hear about the brains. I kind of want to hear about the brains too. Maybe let's see. Whatever, I'm scrolling past all of this because basically it's like bloody, bloody, blah. Our goal is to rebuild it. Bloody, bloody, blah. Let's see. A reconstituted Atlas statue from the Valley of Temples greets the museum's visitors. Look at his little smiley face. What is going on right there?
Archaeologist humor.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, I'm totally not reading the rest of this. That is way too long. That's it. We all get the idea, right?
Creatures.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like that article?
It was boring.
It was? Okay. Well, I will take this moment to remind everybody to please hit the like and subscribe button, and then I will pick 2 more articles. Or maybe I'll just
Hi, brother.
appease the audience and let's see. Cobble really wants me to appease the audience and read about the brain story.
I'm interested in the brain.
See, I saw that article somewhere else, so that's why I didn't vote for it.
Oh, because you already read it?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Where
I was fascinated with Vesuvius for quite a while.
What is a Leonardo helicopter?
Animal.
The helicopter from Leonardo.
Leonardo da Vinci had drawn many crafts, and it's a sort of a corkscrew-looking thing. Yeah,
It's actually
just like Morbid
Yeah.
was saying.
No, that's a bunny.
It doesn't work.
That's not a helicopter.
Hi.
It's a brother
brother.
in Gunther's hands.
The Leonardo corkscrew helicopter
Oh, yeah.
doesn't actually fly. It's been tried.
That's because it's meant for outer space.
That's right.
Uh-oh. What if she's right?
I'm right. I know all this space fair.
Then perhaps it shouldn't be made out of wood and canvas.
Well,
I just saw the active brain cells on
those
Ion.
the days of Leonardo da Vinci. They
Active brain skills just died.
spacecraft out of. What? What just died?
Your face.
Ion. So the brain cells that Ion had, because wood and canvas.
You're a good boy.
Okay, here we go. What? Look at that kitty. Look at that sweet cat.
I know, he's just chilling.
He is. I have to embiggen and see him. Can I see him really fast? There he is.
Oh, look at those pretty eyes.
He's
He's
so
looking at it, too. He's watching.
You watching Titan?
What's going on? Look at that. Am I famous now? I'm
He's got
so
a big
famous.
mitten pole. Big mitten pole guy.
Okay, scientists find intact brain cells in a skull of a man killed in Vesuvius eruption nearly 2,000 years ago. Cool. Let's see. This is a section of vitrified brain tissue from the remains of a young man who died in AD 79 after Mount Vesuvius erupted.
Okay,
brain
first of all, what the heck does vitrified mean?
Petrified, but for cells,
Yeah.
it like for organic. No, I mean like fleshy matter as opposed to tree or plant matter. I will
Okay.
look it up. That's my
I didn't
guess,
even
but I
know.
will look it up.
I didn't even know.
I think that's what it is too.
Let's see. Vitrify is the word. It says
It's to convert something into glass or a glass-like substance.
Typically
That was
by
timing.
exposure or heat.
That works.
That was like perfect in time with each other. Whoa, what the heck? What is this spam on my show?
I don't know.
I don't know, I'm just deleting stuff now because people are like putting spammy things in the comments on one of the Facebook pages. So, whatever. And now they're blocked. That's annoying.
What? I liked what they were saying there.
You don't even know.
I'm looking right at it. I wanted my husband farmer
I don't even know. Okay, here we go. The discovery was made when the experts studied remains first uncovered in the 1960s in Herculaneum, a city buried by ash during the volcanic eruption of AD 79. The victim, who was found lying face down on a wooden bed in a building thought to have been devoted to the worship of the Emperor Augustus, was around 25 years old at the time of his death, according to the researchers. Ancient. Wow, that's
Were you thinking this guy was a zombie? Is that why?
I don't know. It says part of the College of the Augustales, the building in the Herculaneum, where the young man's remains were found in the 19. Oh, that's the caption for the picture. Okay, I didn't know what I was reading. I was like, that sentence doesn't make sense. Okay, Pier Paolo Petrone, a forensic anthropologist at the University of Naples, Federico II. Oh my gosh, why does everything have such long names in these articles? Like,
it's because you're tired. That's why.
No, they're always long. They seem extra long tonight, but I'm telling you, they're always long. Okay, who led the research told CNN that CNN short, the University of Naples Federico II is not short. Told CNN that the project started when he saw some glassy material shining from within the skull while he was working near the skeleton in 2018. In a paper published earlier this year in the New England Journal of Medicine, Petrone and his colleagues revealed that this shiny appearance was caused by the vitrification of the victim's brain due to intense heat followed by rapid cooling. Speaking of...
Did you say rabbit cooling?
I said rapid cooling, although I find rapid cooling interesting in the wake of volcanic explosion. I mean, how does it cool? Rapid cooling is that something that usually happens because of something making things cool faster than they normally would?
Exposure to moisture.
Yep.
Maybe.
Typically, it's done with water.
Huh. Okay. So speaking about this process, Petrone said the brain exposed to the hot volcanic ash must first have liquefied and then immediately turned into a glassy material by the rapid cooling of the volcanic ash deposit. After subsequent analysis, including the use of an electron microscope, the team found cells in the vitrified brain, which were incredibly well preserved with a resolution that is impossible to find anywhere else. The researchers also found intact nerve cells in the spinal cord, which, like the brain, had been vitrified. The latest findings were published in the American journal PLOS One. Guido Giordano, a volcanologist,
Yep.
That's funny.
That is actually how that is pronounced. Expert in volcanoes.
Yes, of course. At Roma Tre University, who worked on the study, told CNN that charred wood found next to the skeleton allowed the researchers to conclude that the site reached a temperature of more than 500 degrees Celsius, which is approximately 932 degrees Fahrenheit after the eruption.
Wow.
That's pretty freaking hot.
Yeah.
Let's see. This opens up room for studies of these ancient people that have never been possible. Team of researchers and a bunch of other people will continue studying the remains. They want to learn more about the vitrification process, including the exact temperatures victims were exposed to. What are they going to try to do it to somebody's? Like a
that feels like fun.
I mean, it could be fascinating, to be perfectly honest. Well, okay then. There you go. But I guess we don't get to have any Jurassic moments in this article. I was kind of hoping for a Jurassic moment, but nah.
What do you mean by a Jurassic moment? Were you expecting them to grow a whole other person out of those brain cells? What?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know she was.
I mean, or something. Anything.
I don't think there's actually viable DNA when it comes to glass. But because they're trying to understand the
The
making of
vitrification process?
vitrification. Since they're trying to understand the process, they might be able to get DNA out in the future if they understand the process better.
Well, I was just sort of hoping that there would be some brain cells that weren't vitrified and that they could go ahead and try to, you know,
Well, if they
clone
weren't
something.
vitrified, they were ash. Hot.
Every time I do this stream, I find myself wishing the same thing, that there were brain cells.
Vitrification?
You wish that everything would be either vitrified or turned to ash?
That too.
Okay. What time is it? It is 9:09. Wow. Holy smokes. The last 20 minutes went really fast.
That's because you were bored reading.
What?
Yada, 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 and this word and that word and blah, 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 blah.
Listen, sometimes you just got to skip over some parts, okay?
Yep.
That's what she said.
I'm just saying that if we were reading recipes, you know that we'd have to skip over 5 pages of, this reminds me of that one time when I was young and Thanksgiving, before we get to the recipe for cranberry sauce.
I'm just thinking that reading any kind of news article to you is like reading Vulgate poetry. You know?
What kind of poetry?
It's a reference to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's boring.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. And what do you mean? Not the articles are not all like that for me.
The boring one.
Just the boring ones, yeah.
Sometimes some of them are more boring than others. And it's your job to pick them out.
I do.
I mean, I'm just gonna remind you.
You think I just learned how to read. You think I'm picking these out because I read them?
I mean, I don't know. I will say this though.
Pictures.
Right there. If you guys want to submit articles, that's where to submit them. It's also in the low bar, by the way. So you can always go and put articles or gossip in. Yeah, so now I'm excited because what?
It's time to go eat and go to bed for you?
Well, it's certainly time that I go eat foods. So I was going to call the show a little bit early tonight. It is 9:11. That would make it about 20 minutes early. So I guess I should do that. We're on Wednesday. We will be back here on Friday for author reads. So join us then. Our Blue Cole is our author, and they are a horror fantasy writer, amongst other things. And so please come back here Friday. It will be from 2 to 3 p.m. Pacific. And then, of course, on Sunday for handmade home shopping. So that is what we've got. Yep, that's what we've got lined up. And I guess we will see you guys in a couple of days then. So any of you guys want to say anything before we say goodbye?
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
Thanks, bro.
Farfig Noonan.
Sign up for the Cyber Samhain if you guys want. That's what we're going to be doing on the 31st. Here, I'll just put the link up really quick right there. And the link is also in the low bar. We're going to have a Tooth Fairy candy exchange. Yes, Famous Dana?
I was asking earlier, but you were busy painting, so you didn't get the message of how long the sign up for the Cyber Samhain candy exchange is going to be available.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it until the middle of the month because I want to give people time to go buy the candy for their partner for the exchange, and then to get it into the snail mail so it can get to people in time for Halloween so that we can all open our candy together on stream.
Yay.
I was trying to convince the angry elf to participate, and thus I wanted to know how long I have to do said convincing.
You have about 1 more week to get signed up.
Okie dokie.
There you go.
She's always so angry, that one.
You know, she's going to be a little more angry here soon because she just got a job.
Oh.
Well, so
She just got a job at her old job.
They called her back and said, "Can you please come back? We need you."
She said yes.
She said, I need
relationships in the
She said she wants a pay raise.
Did she actually say that?
It went up from $11.40 an hour to $12 an hour.
More than zero. So, all right. Well,
She
good night,
wins.
everyone. And we will see you. We'll see you in a couple days. Bye, bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.